Hello everyone, welcome to another General 0 Hour replay. This is Scottagorn, and we have a 3v3 on Redrocks from April 26th, 2025. And the teams are Skippy, China Nuke, next to Wildcard, China Vanilla, and Pancake, USA Laser, across from Neo in the GLA Toxin, Titan, GLA Vanilla, and Synthesis, China Vanilla. Lots of options here for the Chinas. And they see if they go helixes around the side. Skippy going for 2 supplies, it looks like, right away with his 2 dozers. Kept his command center, and now War Factory. Synthesis kept his command center. There's 1 supply. Barracks going all over the place. I wonder if they communicated that he would get all the oils. And now a bunker in the middle, supplemented by his barracks. War Factory, so not an early helix for him. And Pancake firebase on the left side, but Neo over here on the right side with the tunnel. So GLAs, if they're not going to rush with technicals, I imagine might just try to bulk up with resources and kind of play the long game on this map. Here comes Pancake with a Chinook, and it's not Air Force, so it's going to feel every single one of those missiles coming out of that bunker from Neo, and decides to bring it back after a short mission. Drops Bulldozer, and it's going to keep on collecting. Alright, so he had the thought, that's going to put Pancake behind a little bit, because he could have been producing in his base while he was doing that. Could have brought it all the way down here and run over some workers. This area back here would have been fragile as well. Titan, oh, trying to, oh, I don't know that Wildcard's going to see this worker building something there. Okay, he's just bringing in for defense. And that might trigger that demo trap. Doesn't look like it will. That'd be a nice answer for an early dragon tank, wouldn't it? Demo trap. Another one now. All around his stinger site. So Titan has 3 supplies. Not too many workers on these 2. 3 supplies and 1 oil is going to be nice, though. Neo has the oil. 2 supplies. Already has, after he saw that Chinook, he's got some defenses in the back of his own base. Path to Pancake's base is open, but Neo must just not feel ready yet. And over on this side, Skippy defending his base with the dragon tank. Sees the rebel from Titan coming in. Yeah, that won't get too far. Pancake must have picked off a couple. Oh no, he was able to retreat them. A little skirmish going on here. Neo likes to establish his front line and then build tons and tons of defenses around it. Maybe got too close to with that one. That worker. Bringing in quad cannons. What's Neo gonna do? And is he gonna bring those quad cannons up right next to the fire base? Is he going to let them sit because he's not looking anymore? That could have been bad news for Pancake right there, but it looks like this defense is gonna go up, and as long as he has power, that's gonna be well. Oh, Wildcard. Yeah. First offensive from Wildcard of the game. Neo has Scorpion tanks and defenses there. Takes out the oil, and that might have been his only goal with that intrusion, truly. And maybe that's why Pancake, or why Neo stopped looking at this group of units right there, too. Lots of time on this map. Oh. That bunker is going to do really well against these units. My goodness. Those two defenses are exactly what you want against that group of Battle Masters, especially when isotope stability's not been implemented yet. So that was a lot lost by Skippy there. He's going to be set back for a while. Maybe Synthesis can use this. Synthesis is way behind because he's only got one supply. One supply, one oil. I don't know if he knows that this is technically his to share with Titan, if he wants to. So Synthesis is going to be real slow. But the good news for him is he just set Skippy way back. Man, see, like Skippy's even able to send in a second wave here against him because he's only got the one supply. Now, is he going to be able to destroy this oil? My goodness. Lots of times on this map, it's the job of the middle to the players in the middle to move left and right, not necessarily go across the middle gorge like Titan's doing, but to move left and right and double team the people across from their teammates. Because this middle gorge can just be so difficult to get through. Here's the helix, okay. So, Wildcard lulls you into a false sense of security. Oh, no, keep going! It's just one stinger site. Oh, that's 4 helixes. Okay, here's another stinger site. Yeah, that would have been tough on those helixes for both of them, but my goodness, that army's just waiting to fall. No quad cannons in the bunch. What's going on over here now? Okay. Pancake's got a little laser tank army coming in. He must have been chased off by all those tunnels, waiting for something else to be part of that group as well. Here comes Wildcard. Maybe they're going to make a combined push. But Wildcard's got to be careful. Titan can come back up the middle if he gets a couple of quad cannons in this group. Alright, Neo's being pushed on over on this side. Skippy's doing well against Synthesis. Synthesis now only the single supply. He's going. Oh man, those both go down to the Gatling tanks. Titan pushing up the middle. Is that enough quad cannons? Yeah. Wildcard backs off. How's this gonna go? Oh. Takes out the quad cannons and backs off. Kind of get it because he's within range of the stinger site now again. Alright, so that was expensive. That was expensive for Titan. Wildcard lost a helix, maybe 2. But Neo's defenses are holding against the intrusion by Wildcard and Pancake. These need a couple of workers to come up there to repair. Titan going back in again with only 2 quad cannons. I think these helixes can take out this group of units pretty easily. They're distracted. Where are they going? And is he going to help? Maybe Neo is sending in a force. No, it's just all defenses over here. I guess Pancake is saying that the defenses are half destroyed, so now's the time. Ooh, love it, Synthesis. Yeah, he's got hardly any money, but he keeps on finding ways to take down these armies for Skippy. Ah, man, why are these helixes out of your own base? I guess that Overlord is enough to deal with these by itself, but he lost everything else. Everything except the Overlord goes down. Yeah, there was still a stinger site there. And tunnels to pop units out of. Not the best move. I wonder if Pancake said that it was vulnerable and so we went over there to try to double team it with his teammate. Not the best move in my estimation. It was not as vulnerable as it looked. That garrison's still there, about to get cleared. But multiple defenses. Here we got a push by Titan again. But do you have enough to deal with the Overlord? You do not. And as GLA, what do you start to switch to besides Scorpion tanks to deal with Overlords? Because in my experience, Scorpion tanks just are food for Overlords. That's all they are. Okay, Skippy getting the better of Synthesis after a while. There was a large group of units over there. They must have gotten burned, because I think they were all infantry. Now the defenses are... Now they're vulnerable. Now you can send in the laser tanks. Doesn't have the strategy center up yet. Yeah, those small groups that Titan keeps on sending in, I think, are just going to keep on dying to the Overlords. And now Wildcard has a pretty strong combo. He's got the Overlord and Helix combo going. Is he going to start building up secondary economy soon, so that he can stay strong in the late game? Because that's what Titan's doing. Titan's going to have buggies here as an answer to the Overlords. He's transitioning over to buggies and quad cannons, I'm sure. That'll do much better than the Scorpion tanks. Neo, usually a beast when it comes to secondary ecos, just now getting started on that because he's had to spend so much time defending his frontline defenses up here. He doesn't have a whole lot of extra cash, but still, it's going to be more than Wildcard, as you can see. No hackers. That guy's going for a bulldozer. Skippy, oh, looking like a strong force. Might have to depend on Titan to help him with that. No hackers yet. Still has his oil, though, and that's something that you can't say for Synthesis. Yeah, I'm thinking this is what's going to distract Titan so that Wildcard actually gets the chance to build up, because otherwise Titan, huge advantage on Wildcard, could have pushed through the middle there pretty quickly. Needs search and destroy. Here we go. Which means he already has. There's the reactor. How about the command center? Maybe not. Maybe didn't feel the need for the command center. At least they'll get the reactor. Yeah, Titan's gonna have to come help Synthesis out because Synthesis just has nothing left. Almost takes the Overlord down. It's not healing itself, so he does take out the Overlord. Loses the airfield. Almost bombs his teammate. Does take out the first couple of guys. Alright, so if Titan just keeps this army over here to protect his friend and uses the rest to push forward into Wildcard, he should have quite a bit of success. Buggies plus quad cannons should do well against everything Wildcard has. Or, I mean, you know, he could counterpunch Skippy right here and go into Skippy's base as well, because Skippy has no secondary eco, Wildcard's got nothing. Better watch this. Yeah, the buggies are going to add a lot. Oh, and here's Neo. Okay, so we see the strategy now. I bet they're going to take this and push in unless Neo gets called back from these laser tanks from Pancake. And yeah, he's going back into his own tunnel. He's going to deal with Pancake. Back here. Yeah, because otherwise I think those defenses would have gone down to that many laser tanks. Wildcard's still down for a while, so he's not going to be able to help out his teammate right away, but... Well, no, he's got the helixes, and this is not a strong enough group to deal with that. You're going to have quite a few quad cannons wherever you go with those helixes on the board. More infantry from Synthesis. How much money does he have? Nothing. Oh boy. nothing and no secondary eco, and this is it. He's just fortifying one key position. So, triple promoted laser tanks. I think some buggies would do well against them because there's no Avengers in there. Oh boy. Yeah. Neo's gonna lose some stuff from this. More quad cannons in that group. But Titan did lose quite a few units there. There was way more red just a second ago. Only 2 quad cannons left, so that is vulnerable to these helixes. Skippy, a couple battle masters will be able to stop that at the door. I don't know what's going to stop this group of triple promoted laser tanks. Neo's going to take some damage here. Losing a couple of those black markets. That's going to slow down his economy. He already lost the oil way earlier in the game. Needs the buggy. That's the main thing that's going to help here is those buggies. Got to keep the distance though. There goes one. And Neo's fending this one off. Oh, I was going to say by himself, but no, this is Titan. This is Titan coming over to help. Bringing over quad cannons because he's wanting to deal with the helixes if they come in, but the main thing that's going to take these things out is the rockets and the buggies. Just has 3 left to deal with. Titan, interesting that he's not just going straight up this canyon. Just has some mines to deal with. Oh man, you know, if you'd built a command center. But he got a lot of use out of that power before it went down. That was a long time where he was able to build up all these black markets at twice the speed, the army at twice the speed. You can tell he's got units all over the place. Oh man, where's Neo's money? 500 bucks, 2 black markets. It would take him a long time now to build up the black markets he would need to stay relevant in this game. Looks like Titan's just looking in 3 different places at once, and so his armies keep on getting crushed. Does Wildcard have secondary eco now? Where's he getting the money from? So it's just Titan with money. That's really it. This is an angry mob. Oh, don't tell me. There's 1 cannon on there. two Gatling cannons. I was thinking all those overlords were going to go down to angry mobs. Okay. No, but the tank hunters. Here comes 6 helixes around the side, and synthesis is not long for this world. Not that it matters too much. He doesn't even have a power that he could have given his teammates. He's just watching. He's just watching the game. And oh, synthesis is still in the game. How exposed is Titan's base? We're about to find out how many of these black markets are going to go down. Because this could cripple the only powerful economy in the game right now. 2 quad cannons out. Oh, 3, 4, 5, 6 dozen more. Yeah, do not engage this army. Wildcard, do not engage. Oh, most of them go down. And going over a bunch of stinger sites. I don't think they're going to escape. That's so many stinger sites. Oh, those things are tough. Oh, those things are tough. I'm surprised they all escaped. Yeah, Titan, still doing okay. Lost a few black markets. But, you know, this is a good economy. And in this game, whoop, when nobody else has anything, like Pancake doesn't have any secondary economy, he's got one. Synthesis, he's gotta have an internet center somewhere. No, just some random hackers. Skippy, few random hackers. Yeah, that makes Titan a very wealthy man in this game. But he's trying to play in 3 different places at once. Oh, Neo's old base is about to go down. Titan is pushing forward in 3 different quadrants with his army, but he needs to bring something back here, preferably buggies. Oh, is he going to do it again? Gets 2. Gets 2 of them. That's not going to finish these guys off. Pancake able to drive out of that. You know, it looks like they're just TOW Vs. Nothing in there, and that will help. They won't be able to destroy as quickly. Titan's got a pretty big army right there. Ooh, disabled. Nothing to destroy them, but that'll slow them down. How far can Pancake get here? You know, is Titan just ignoring that group because he doesn't want to deal with it? Oh! I wonder if he set these guys to guard mode and they're just going to take out all these buildings in 20 seconds. Oh! Flashbangs. Ah, there they go, the MiGs. Yeah, Titan doesn't want to deal with these. I think he just doesn't want to have to acknowledge that they're there. He just wants to push forward. He's tired of defending. Tired of moving left and right and constantly back and forth. He wants to just push forward into the enemy bases. Base trade if he has to. Taking out the MiGs would help a lot. Yeah, I'm thinking Wildcard's base is going to be just about decimated here. War factory, airfield going down. That's all of his production right there. Oh, he's got a war factory in the back. These Humvees, you can't ignore them. You can't ignore them completely because they are not empty. They've got people in them. Here he comes now.
You have been defeated.
Skips out. But then again, so are Neo and Synthesis. Yeah, Titan's still not looking. He's still not looking. He's not looking here. He's bringing these guys over. And it looks like Titan's just too big for 5 Humvees to take out. Yeah, he's cornered. Pancake's cornered. Ooh. Man, those things are tough though, and they're triple promoted. But that's just not enough to take out all this red. Whereas this up here, there's really nothing that can stop it. Yeah, Titan's the only one that really prioritized secondary economy. Synthesis did not build an internet center. Makes sense, because those things are not nearly as tough now. They go down really easily. He did have some hackers sitting around, but you know, if you don't build the internet center, it's just a lot harder to prioritize making hackers for later in the game. And you know, they do say in 1.04, in the base game, China's not really built to go late game big economy. They're really just trying to prevent the other person from getting to late game economy. But sometimes you play on maps with choke points, and that doesn't work. It's too hard to prevent them from getting that late game economy. They're almost going to get it no matter what.
You have been defeated.
So Titan prioritized it. Neo did a little bit, but his got taken out quite a bit. Pancake had a bit. So did Skippy. But by a wide margin, Titan had the money. And you can't say that that's from getting it from his teammates, because Synthesis had nothing to offer him, and Neo gave him 2 black markets, which might have gone down pretty quick. And so Wildcard was across from him. Wildcard with those, instead of prioritizing secondary eco, he prioritized army. He had a huge army of overlords, and helixes, and they took out Dan. But by the time he went to Titan's base, Titan was too big. He'd gotten that power. He had it for at least 5 minutes of the game, probably more. And he had a huge army of quad cannons to bring out. Earlier in the game, when Titan was going into his base with just 2 or 3 quad cannons at a time getting taken out, if he could have pushed into Titan's base then or around the back, then I don't know what could have stopped him. But later in the game, it was too late. Titan had too much going. Too big of an army, too many defenses, and couldn't take him out, couldn't cripple him enough. Units destroyed does go to Wildcard and Pancake. Pancake with a really good ratio there even. Laser tanks and the Humvees did very well for him. And units created Titan. That's the job of the GLA. Get massive secondary eco, large armies spamming all over the place, and even if you lose an army, just make another one and send it in before they're ready for it. Great game, well played all around. We will see you next time.